I'm Tavanpal Singh, and today, on the occasion of World Cerebral Palsy Day, I'd like to share my experience on how I live with cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy refers to a group of permanent disorders of movement and posture that leads to a limitation in activity. There are several causes of cerebral palsy, and the commonest group of causes occur before birth. It is an experience not only for the person living with the condition but also for the caregivers. And same was the case with my family. It becomes challenging, tests your patience, but in the end, it's a part of my life. I remember when I was supposed to go to school, the school authorities had suggested that I go to a special school. But my mother was adamant that she wanted me to go to a normal school. Our loved ones can get fatigued taking care of us. Try not to make the child feel guilty about this. For me, everything had to be planned. How do you go to the classroom, use restroom? Everything had to be planned in advance. The process of learning might become difficult. The anxiety that comes along with going to a larger setting needs to be dealt with. Acceptance on the part of peers is very crucial. I remember not being able to accommodate to the blackboard setup in the classroom. To an extent that I was demoted to a lower class. This was done to give me more time to get adjusted to the setting. But that doesn't mean that the entire experience has to be distressful. I had friends who were my support system and they are still my friends. Teachers who modified the curriculum to adjust it to my pace. I went to school picnics, took part in competitions and even won them. In the end, it is all about what you expect from your own self. Moving to a different city was an intimidating task for my family. Managing the day-to-day logistics of my life was something to be planned in advance. But when you decide to make it work, it works. This proved to be true, especially when I was enrolling myself in a course which involved a mix of classroom learning and fieldwork. I remember struggling with my photojournalism assignments, but then I was determined to make it happen, which I did through my smartphone. Then came the broadcast assignments, which I did with the help of my colleagues, and even went on to produce video stories later. You know, it is very common for your peers to be hesitant to work with you, and the same happened with me. I used to get anxious if I would get a good group to finish off my assignments. But if you have weaknesses, you have strengths as well. In my case, that was scripting and researching. That has been one of my pluses till date. It is normal to feel anxious about going to a workplace, but it is in the hands of the employer on how they make the workplace more adaptable. When I am supposed to visit the office, the logistics of the office setup had to be discussed. I also had to take a decision on the work profiles that suited me. I chose a desk job, I chose an organization that suited me infrastructure wise, had the office staff who would help me navigate inside the office. It's not that we have special needs, but yes, we have different needs. It is common to struggle with your work when you have physiological lapses. In such a situation, perseverance and patience on the part of the employer becomes the key. Commuting to an office space might become a problem, but that can be dealt with as there are a number of commuting options. I wish there were more that gave us long-term options. Here are 4 things I wish people knew about living with physical limitations. It is not something I chose, it is something I was born with. A person's physical limitations do not reflect his capabilities. They also have social needs, want to make friends, go out freely, while parents need to understand the needs of their wards with a physical limitation. Remember, they only need little extra care and not revolve everything around their physical condition.